Good morning. Today is Friday, October 25th. This is Wake Up with KERA News. I'm Andrew Garcia. Temperatures will be warm throughout the weekend with highs in the upper 80s. Not too bad for enjoying some outdoor festivals or maybe a pumpkin patch or two to invite in some fall vibes and maybe some cool fall weather to finally come our way. Fingers crossed. As the election draws closer, some black women in South Dallas say reproductive health is driving them to the polls. We hear how their voices could shape the election after today's news. Dallas is bringing in a consulting firm to look at the economic impact of a potential high-speed rail line from Dallas to Houston. The city is paying the Boston Consulting Group a little over $500,000 to study the project. The proposed bullet train would travel from Dallas to Houston in just about 90 minutes. Tarrant County prosecutors got their first conviction under a new state law that allows them to prosecute people for murder if they give someone else a fatal dose of fentanyl. 19-year-old Caden Farish pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 19 years in prison. Another fentanyl murder case in Tarrant County is still pending. As the general election approaches, KERA has been out in the community to hear from voters about what's on their minds as they prepare to go to the polls. Reporter Zara Amechi visited a salon in South Dallas to talk with women there about the issues they feel are being overlooked.
At Dreads by Doty in sunny South Dallas, a group of women settles into salon chairs for their hour-long hair appointments. In this intimate setting, the salon becomes a space not only for self-care, but for social dialogue.
I wish we had better options for this election year.
Kayanari Hill is a stylist here and a South Dallas native.
We have to pretty much pick the lesser of the two evils.
She feels that neither former President Donald Trump nor Vice President Kamala Harris are addressing important issues in a serious manner during their campaigns. Issues like affordable health care. Hill's client Abigail Adams says that's a major concern for her.
You have our, elders who have worked their entire lives. They can't afford their medicine.
In August, the Biden administration announced lower prescription drug costs for seniors on Medicare. Adams says that gives her hope. She also has a son who has an autoimmune disease and relies on expensive medications.
I got a call just the other day ago saying they're not going to cover one of his medicines. It's $400 out of pocket, and he needs it to survive.
The rising cost of living overall worries Heather Joy, another stylist at the salon. A recent report from Harvard University found housing affordability in Texas is falling faster than the national average.
The average American or the average person in our community, we're being driven out and forced to live in other places that we probably still can't afford to live in.
The region's growth, coupled with stagnant wages, have heightened the struggle for low-income families, especially in South Dallas. The median household income in the 75210 zip code, where Doty's is located, is about $27,000.
Our minimum wage is still so low. So we've been at $7.25 for I don't even know how long.
Joy worries about a future where South Dallas natives may no longer be able to afford living in their community.
We have people here that are moving here from different states and stuff, and we're the ones being pushed out.
But one issue that these women agree holds the most weight in this election: reproductive rights. A recent poll published by the health policy research firm KFF found that more than a quarter of black female voters said abortion is their main concern. Cy Taylor, another client, knows a 19-year-old who required an abortion. But instead of being able to access safe medical care, the teen had to turn to other options.
She had to get a pill from somebody off of Facebook, and anything could have happened to her.
Taylor feels like women's rights are often overlooked in national debates. She believes the lives of women, specifically black women, need to be prioritized.
We shouldn't have 19, 20-year-old girls who want to do better for themselves having to get backdoor abortions because it's not their right anymore.
And it highlights a larger systemic issue for her community.
Mortality rate for black women is also disproportionate to our counterparts of white women. So we need to protect black mothers, protect black women, protect black children.
And that will be on these women's minds as they make their voices heard in next month's election.
That was KERA's Zara Amechi reporting. The Dallas Mavericks had a strong showing last night in their first game of this new season, beating the San Antonio Spurs 120-109. It's time to get loud, North Texas. Head to Ferris Wheelers in Dallas tonight to enjoy KXT's local music concert featuring Fort Worth's own Abraham Alexander. For tickets, visit kxt.org/getloud. Thanks so much for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. This show was produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter. That's written by our colleague Catherine Hobbs. Stay up to date during elections with our voter's guide at keranews.org/elections. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at KERATX, and be sure to tag us in all of your photos from Get Loud with KXT. Should be a pretty fun night. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.